Hi everyone! I hope you are all having a fabulous weekend. So I have a layout video for you today. This is for the collaboration that I do with Cooley Bing and Mari Clark and a bunch of other amazing YouTubers. My video is going up crazy late. But it is what it is. So we're just going to go with it. My family has been battling the flu all week, and I just was not up to a voiceover to kind of get this up in time. But that's all right. We're just going with it. So I have a piece of Vicki Boutin's foundation paper here, and I have some Chroma Mist from Rudis Monroe. This is the Sunrise color, blah blah blah, the sunrise color, which is one of my favorites. It's this gorgeous metallic-y orange, and I have a wide flat brush, and I'm going to create a mixed media background. This is by far my favorite way to add a mixed media background. So let's talk about the sketch that I'm going to use today. So for this month, we are using 1-page sketch number 3, and I am going to go ahead and use option number 7, which is to replace the background with a watercolor or mixed media background. So I wanted to create a background that was all these pretty oranges and corals. So I pulled out my Sunrise Chroma Mist, my Coral Chroma Mist, and then you'll also see me spray a little bit of the Pearl Shimmer Mist and the White Chroma Mist. Those 4 mists are going to be what I am using to create my background. And what I'm doing is I'm letting both of these colors, the Sunrise and the Coral, and a little bit of Shimmer Mist and a little bit of Chroma Mist, I'm letting them kind of mix together so I can get different shades and different different tones of the colors that I want to use for my background. This is my favorite kind of mixed media background. It is super easy and super fun, and anyone can do it. I love, love, love a good, like the paintbrush. I love the look of the paint bristles. So you'll see me kind of add those in because I just think that just makes a background. So you just get a couple of tones and colors of mists. You can spray them right onto your favorite mixed media mat of choosing. I just use my glass board. And by adding a little bit of White Chroma Mist and a little bit of the Pearl Shimmer Mist, you get all kinds of different layers of color, and I love it. So I'm just going to keep adding brush strokes till I'm happy with it. Let that dry a little bit and added some Chroma Mist in white. I added some splatters, and they're pretty subtle right now, but when they dry and everything and the layout's finished, it just adds all this extra like depth to my background. I did hit this one with my heat tool. I just wanted to make sure everything was good and dry because I'm going to add another layer on top of this. And that would be the glitter glaze layer. So this is another mixed media product from Rudis Monroe. This is glitter glaze in Fallen Snow. So a couple of things to know when you use this. Number 1, I am being super gentle. I'm just taking a palette knife and I'm spreading it right on top of all that Chroma Mist and stuff. Be gentle. If you don't want to be gentle or you're a little worried about this, pull a big glob of this stuff out of the jar, put it over on the side before you do this, because the glaze will pick up the color. So if you push down and you're really like kind of a little hard with it, you will end up with your Chroma Mist like reactivating, and it will mix with the glitter glaze. And if you put that palette knife back into the jar, then you'll have color in your Fallen Snow jar, which would not be good. So just if I am do as I say, not as I do, take a huge blob of it, plop it down, and work that way. I kind of knew I knew it was going to happen. So, or that it could happen. So I was super gentle and I was like frosting the cake. I know it's like all fast and sped up, but in real life I was like being really slow because I didn't want the chroma mist to activate and end up, with the color. And I did pick up some color there and you can see me kind of like, oh, we're done. Next part of my layout is like 3 days later, FYI, and I am going to stuff this up so bad. Anyway, so mixed media backgrounds. Glitter glaze takes a coon's age to dry, but you can see how gorgeous it is and how it is 1000% worth it, but it takes forever. It's like, this product is one of the few things in my craft room that like, it takes forever to dry. So it is fully dry, and this might be a day, it might even be 2 days later, because I think by this point we were kind of getting sick, and it was kind of flying through my house. So, all right, now here's where I messed this up, and I messed this up so bad, you guys. So I cut the mixed media panel down, and it had this beautiful border. I wanted to use this gorgeous, like, watercolory paper. And I was like, I love that it has this border. So I'm going to go ahead and I need to stretch the mixed media paper. So it's pretty flat. I dried it. I stuck it under heavy stuff. But I wanted to pull it a little bit more. So I thought, well, I'll just use my Terra tape, right? I'll put it all down. I'll stretch it out. It'll be great. Yeah. Sometimes in my craft room, you try new things and it doesn't work. And this doesn't work. So I was like, oh, just line it up. It'll be good. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to line it up, right? And that tape's going to stick and it's going to be crooked. Like crazy crooked. Like crazy could not be fixed. Crooked. I was so mad. And now it's stuck. Like there's nothing I can do. It's not going to come up. Yeah, this was so bad, you guys. So now it's all mad, crazy, crooked, and I can't deal. I can't deal. I can't deal. It doesn't even look that bad on camera, but I'm telling you, I was ready to cry. All right. So I had to give myself a little pep talk here and remind myself that this is just paper. It's just paper. It's just paper. And I have 2 sheets of each of this pattern. So you know what? I'm gonna do exactly what you did here. So I totally sacrificed that first sheet of paper. And I have another one. So, okay, now I'm not gonna be dumb and I'm going to go ahead and adhere it down the way I always adhere it down, the way I should have adhered it down to begin with, so it would be straight and it wouldn't drive me crazy. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. So that's my That's my thought for the day. So yes, I did sacrifice all that, one sheet of that beautiful, beautiful watercolory paper. It's gonna be okay. Promise it's gonna be okay, because now it looks exactly the way I want it to. So I put the tape around the outside edge of the mixed media piece, and then I put just a little bit of Kikuyo tape runner in the middle. The Kikuyo tape runner will kind of hold the paper, but it will also allow me to pick it up and move it and squidge it until it's even on all 4 sides. And then once it's nice and even, I just press it down in the middle to hold on to it and deal with the fact that it's a little warpy now. Oh my goodness. The crazy. But I left all of this footage in here for you, just so you know that I'm just like all of you. Sometimes I have to sacrifice that piece of pattern paper and it's okay. Sometimes I, just make it all crooked. And yep, it happens to the best of us. So for photo placement and title and all that stuff, I am going to follow the sketch really very, very similarly. I do add, I think, a extra embellishment cluster or something, but very close. So let's talk about the photos and the products I'm going to use and all that stuff. So these are photos of my brother and his wife in Hawaii. My brother and I, for those of you that are maybe new to my channel or don't know, my brother and I are super close. And he and his wife and their daughter, they love to travel. They go lots of different places. And whenever they travel, wherever they, go somewhere, he inevitably will send me photographs of the two of them in all of these places. And what I've started doing last year and this year is when he sends me these photographs, and it's usually just like this, like just one photograph or like two photographs. Like it's not like everything they do on their whole vacation, right? They just send me like this one family photo or one thing. So what I started doing was I've started scrapbooking them, and I just add the place. So another one that I did recently was they went to Niagara Falls, and I had one photo, and I just put Niagara Falls. That's where they were, right? And then they sent me, I did the beach one too. They sent me a picture from the beach, the three of them. And then my plan at some point is to go through all of my albums and pull these layouts out and put an album together that is theirs. And then they can have their, all their pictures. So they send me. And I've scrapbooked and made albums for them before, and my sister-in-law loves it. So I know that once I get enough photos from them, that they'll appreciate the photo album. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do these two photos of my brother and his wife in Hawaii. And that's what my title's going to be. It's just going to be Hawaii because that's where they were. For my title, I went ahead and created my own thickers. So I have these memory box die set, and it's like a wood grain. And I cut it once in the pattern paper, the blue pattern paper, and then twice more in some white cardstock. And I made my own little thickers. I'm just going to get them on the page. You'll also notice my background is mixed media. So we've got glitter, we've got all that chroma mist and mists and splatters. And so I am adhering everything. I'm not using my tape runner. I'm using like red line tape or tear tape or that kind of dry adhesive. And I'm also using Nuvo Deluxe adhesive for extra stability and extra stickiness and extra don't fall off my page-ness. And I am going to be adhering like everything down with either wet glue. Well, wet glue. I know I did the photos with wet glue and sticky tape, but I think for the rest of the layout, I just stuck with the wet glue. I am using my favorite T-square ruler. This T-square ruler is from close to my heart, and if you want one, go buy one because they're going out of business. There are two things I would definitely say if you grab your close to my heart T-square ruler. And I also I have a friend that sells it. I have a friend nearby here that is a maker, and I told her to order me like 3 pairs of scissors because their Teflon coated scissors are my fussy cutting scissors, like my absolute favorite fussy cutting scissors. They're the ones that fit my hand. They're the ones that you guys know how much I love to fussy cut. So I ordered more than one extra pair of scissors because I was like, no. So I'm just going to hold my title down here, make sure everything is good and stuck. I went with these big florals. So all of my products, paper, embellishments, they are all from Simply Stated Design. I hauled some of my order from them a little while ago now. And I've already done a layout using the January kit. And now this is the Unexpected Valentine collection, which is, it's not really Valentine, it's just gorgeousness. And I am going to use all these big flowers. So these flowers are amazing and beautiful. And I knew I was going to use them as soon as I looked at the sketch, because the sketch, the way it's designed, like the size of the photos versus the 12 by 12, I feel like it is perfect for large embellishments because you've got lots of open space. And a lot of the sketches, if you head down to the description box, you'll see links to all of the other videos for all the other participants in this collaboration. And you'll see that some of them didn't do a mixed media background. They did all the paper background, which is stunning and gorgeous, but I just did not have the patience for that this week. So we did this option. I chose my option based upon solely the fact that I could not handle dealing with tiny strips of paper this week. So, but I felt like the sketch really lended itself to these big die cuts. So that's what we're going to use. I am going to adhere the flowers down right to the layout with my glue, and then I'm going to pop the hearts up, up on top. So I followed the embellishments pretty closely. I did add an extra one, so that one above my title. That's extra. It's not really in the, shown on the sketch, but I felt like it was needed, so we added it. You will also, in the description box, if you're looking for any of the products that I used, any of the mixed media products, any of the paper products, anything that is available, that I can find, I will link up in the description box. And then once I have these clusters together, we need a sparkle because it's me. It's me and we need sparkle. So I found a mix from Spiegel Mom Scraps that would totally match this. So this is an old mix. This is so old. I think it's called Royals, and it's from my stash. I'm sure it's not available anymore, but it had the colors that I wanted to kind of accent. And I'm going to add little sequins to these hearts, almost the way you might come in with a gel pen and add a highlight, except I'm not going to add a highlight with a gel pen. I'm going to use 3 little sequins to kind of accent the little hearts. And once I have all of my sequins down, that is where we're going to call this layout done. I think this layout turned out so pretty. I really, really love it. I think these gorgeous, large flowers were perfect for this sketch and this layout. And I'm super, super happy with how it all turned out. And I hope that you will take a peek at everyone else's layouts and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Talk to you again soon. Bye.